Before we move on from the Colts, since we were just talking about the Colts and Titans, Grey Wolf poses an interesting question. He says, I meant to talk about this topic last week, but is Daniel Jones actually good? Or is this just the effect of leaving a bad New York team? We don't have to dive too deep into this because this is our speedy recap. But Jaevon, which is it for you? Is he actually good, or are the Giants just awful?
I think Shane Steichen is really good.
Mm,
You
from
saw
the El Dorado
with
Hills.
you saw with Gardner Minshew, they were a play away. The running back literally dropped the ball of a swing route, and they were going to make the playoffs with Gardner Minshew. Now again, Anthony Richardson he doesn't really have enough experience, and it's hard to develop a guy who's only played like 12 games. You saw that with Trey Lance. Um, I think Daniel Jones just need it's so much easier now because we're seeing this happen like with Sam Darnold. He went with the Vikings last year and they won 14 games. So I think it's more. I think Daniel Jones, because Dayball is a solid coach. He had Josh Allen, but that could just be Josh Allen is just a generational talent, and anybody who was coaching Josh Allen would have gotten a head coaching job. Like me, you, or Kev could have gotten the head coach job for the Bills that we just said, or the Giants that we just said. Yeah, Josh Allen's my guy. We were calling plays together. But I mean, I think Shane Steichen is really, really good, and I do think the personnel. There's really a lot of teams in this league that have a really good team, but their quarterback is so god awful that it just makes the whole entire thing. Like I genuinely think the Saints have a solid team, but their quarterback situation is so awful and bad, it just washes everything away. Like I think the Raiders have solid personnel on their team, but their quarterback situation and they really have a lot of things that they need to kind of fix. But like there's just a lot of the quarterback play is head coach your head coaches and your quarterback and your personnel around you and your quarterback is so detrimental to how good your team can actually be. Because you can have a really good coach, but if your quarterback sucks, you're going to win 6 games. It doesn't matter who you are. But if you have a solid quarterback, but the whole line's ass and like your coach is a defensive guy who's not really in tune with the quarterback, then everything kind of falls through. So I'd say another example of that is when Jared Goff got Sean McVay after his rookie year when he was with Jeff Fisher, and it was just night and day on how comfortable they looked, and they were like a top whatever pick, and then Sean McVay comes down, they make the playoffs. So there's a lot of examples that you could kind of look at. Like you could say Sean Payton when he got Bo Nix versus when he had Russell Wilson. They were a top 10 pick when they had Russell Wilson, who's probably beyond his years by then. And then all of a sudden they draft Bo Nix. They go to the playoffs with a rookie quarterback. So I think head coach quarterback combination is so just like it has to be insane. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Rest kind of Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. There's just a bunch. There's a lot of different. Like it's so important because if those things are not in sync together, everything goes to shit. Then people start getting fired, and then you have to start rebuilding. And GM gets fired, and then I didn't draft this guy. I got to get my guys in there. It's just a whole cycle that goes in. Like I think the Jets are experiencing something similar to this. They'll draft a bunch of guys. They try to get a quarterback. Zach Wilson gets the GM and the head coach fired. They have to bring in a new GM and head coach. Now they don't have a quarterback. Their team stinks. Their team sucks, and they don't have a quarterback. That's like the worst combination to have. When you don't have a quarterback and your team sucks, because you're going to constantly be in this cycle of having to draft. You have to hit on the right guy, you have to hit on the right GM, and you have to hit on the right head coach. And if you don't have all of those things intact together, everything goes to shit.
Toddy, I was with you on everything that you said, and until you use the New York Jets and their current quarterback as an example. Should I just take that as like your third resignation from the Justin Fields fan club?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Oh my God. All right. I got to say it as the president. Toddy, you're officially banned. You can no longer come back in.
You can't come back here.
Kevin, you haven't tried, but if you try to rejoin or join for the first time the Justin Fields
you will
fan
be
club,
removed from the premises.
I'm good. I'm outside the party.
I was going to say that. Kevin, I was going to say that you're still welcome. Toddy's not, but Kevin does not want to step foot in our fan club. And
I was there, and now I'm out, and I don't throw away my guest pass.
All right, fair enough.
He shredded.
Well,
shredded his guest pass.
I'll be there. I will be there until his career is over. I'm rocking with him forever. I mean,
we all have that one guy that we support no matter what, so it's all good.
Exactly, for sure. Kevin, real quickly.
Yeah. Gotta let that one go.
Kevin, real quickly on Grey Wolf's question. Is Daniel Jones actually good, or is this just the effect of leaving New York?
We saw him when he plays the Broncos, and they're able to get that win. If they win next week, I think the answer is yes. They play the Rams, so to play a team like the Dolphins and the Titans, and you beat the shit out of them, and then you come back and lead a game-winning drive against the Broncos, who's a playoff team. So you're playing another playoff team in the Rams. So if Daniel Jones is able to continue to be undefeated and beat the Rams, I think the conversation has to be Daniel Jones is a damn good quarterback.